Day 8. Wind. Have you noticed how windy it's been the past few days? I was outside a lot yesterday and it felt extra cold because the wind was blowing so hard. There's something about wind that's different than many other things in nature. We can't see it, but we can feel it. What does wind look like? We know it's there, but we can't actually see it. Wind is air in motion. It happens when the sun heats the Earth's surface unevenly. Since the Earth's surface is made of various land and water formation, it absorbs the sun's heat differently. Wind happens when air from a high-pressure area will move towards an area of low pressure. These differences in air pressure are caused by the differences in temperature. There are two ways to measure the wind, by wind direction and wind speed. Wind direction can be measured by using weather vanes, flags, and windsocks. Wind speed is measured like the speed of a car is, miles per hour. Scientists use an anemometer to measure the speed of the wind. Winds make me think about God. You can't see him, but you can see the effects of him. Well, there are several words to describe the wind. See if you recognize any of these words or have even used them yourself. Breeze. This is a gentle wind of around 15 to 20 miles an hour, around the speed limit in a school zone. Gust. This is a burst of wind that is quick and then it slows down. Gale. This is when winds keep blowing on the surface in one area between around 35 and 60 miles an hour. Squall. A strong wind that increases speed and maintains an overall speed of 25 miles an hour for at least 1 minute. Wind can also make power. A wind turbine, or wind energy converter, is a device that converts the wind's kinetic energy into electrical energy. A wind turbine is the opposite of a fan. Instead of using electricity to turn the blades to make wind, it uses the wind to turn the blades to make electricity. Wind definitely makes me think about God. Like I said before, you can't see him, but you can see the effects of him. Billy Graham, a famous man who loved God, said, "Can you see God? You haven't seen him? I've never seen the wind. I see the effects of the wind, but I've never seen the wind. There's a mystery to it." We also use words to describe God, just like we use words to describe wind. Loving, creator, Father, Spirit. We know these words to be true, not because we've seen God, but because we've felt his love. We have witnessed his creation, and because he gave us his son, Jesus. Jesus is a way for us to actually see God. Jesus was God and represented all the attributes of God, but in human form. And just like the wind turbine, instead of us trying to make God, he works in us to create love and power. God in us is like wind making electricity. I love to stand in the wind and let it blow on me, through me, around me. God is there, just like the wind, if we take time to let him blow on us, through us, and around us. Gandhi said, "The wind of God's grace is incessantly blowing. Lazy sailors on the sea of life do not take advantage of it. But the active and strong always keep the sails of their minds unfurled to catch the favorable winds and thus reach their destination very soon." St. Augustine said, "God provides the wind, man must raise the sail." What are ways you can raise your sail to catch and use the wind of God? How have you seen the effects of God? What are some ways you can let God blow on you, through you, and around you today?